welcome back to my channel NCERT Maths with Bardeep. Today we are continuing our exercise number 13.1 of chapter 13, that is direct and inverse proportion. So the 8th question is, Rashmi has a road map with a scale map of 1 centimeter representing 18 kilometers. She drives on a road for 72 kilometers. What would be her distance covered in the map? As we already know that map always has a scale, so whatever distance is on the actual road or actual distance is always scaled up to a distance on the map. So always the distance on the map and the distance actual is in direct proportion. So this is again a question of direct proportion. So let's write it. First thing is the distance on map, because we are talking about distance here. So distance on map. Since this is in centimeters, so I'll write centimeter here, and here it is actual distance. So actual distance they have given us in kilometers, so we will write km here. Okay, these two are the quantities that are in direct proportion. So let's put the values. So 1 centimeter on map, so we no need to write units now because we have already mentioned in the headings. So for 1 centimeter this is 18 and we don't know the value for actual distance as 72. So this is x, this is y, so this is x1, this will be x2. Okay, so we will write here, let distance on map be x2 centimeter for 72 kilometer on road. Okay, since again the same thing, given quantities are in direct proportion, therefore 1 over x2 is equal to 18 over 72. So now cross multiply, that is x2 multiplied by 18 is equal to 1 into 72. So now what is x2? This is 1 into 72 over 18. So 18 fours are 72. So what is the value of x2? That is 4. Okay. So we will write the distance covered on the map is 4 centimeter. Okay. So this is our question number 8. Now let's move on to the next question. So let's see our 9th question. A 5 meter 60 centimeter high vertical pole casts a shadow 3 meter 20 centimeter long. Find at the same time, number 1 is the length of the shadow by another pole having height 10 meter and 50 centimeter. So height of a pole which casts a shadow 5 meter long is our second question. So here we are given with two things, that is actual height of the pole and shadow of the pole. So we are considering at the same time, so if the height of the pole is more, shadow will also have a longer length, and if the height of the pole is less, shadow will also have lesser length. So again these two quantities are in direct proportion, but the point is here it is a mixed data, that is meter and centimeter together. So first we will convert this into the same unit so that our calculations will be easier. So what are the two given things? One is height of pole. So let it be in meters or centimeters. Better is to write centimeters for both. And second is shadow of pole. Okay. Let this be also in centimeters. So now let's put the values. First one is height of the pole is 5 meter 60 centimeter. Okay, so 5 meter 60 centimeters. So let's first convert this into centimeters. So 1 meter is 100 centimeters. So 5 meters means 500 centimeter. So 500 plus 60, that is 560 centimeters. Okay, so this is 560. And what is the length of the shadow? This is 3 meter 20 centimeters. So 3 meters 20 centimeters. So again 3 meter means 300 centimeters. So 300 plus 20 is 320. Okay. So shadow is 320 centimeters long. Now the first part is length of the shadow. That means we have to find the length. But what is the given thing? Pole has height 10 meter 50 centimeter. So 10 meter 50 centimeter. So 10 meter means 10 into 100 as 1000 plus 50. So 1050. Okay. So length is 1050 and we should find what? Shadow. So x and y. So this will be y2. Right. So put the values in direct formula of direct proportion and find the answer. So here let y2 be the length of shadow. This is our first part. Length of shadow for 10 meter and 50 centimeter high pole. Okay. So since given quantities are in direct proportion, therefore 560 over 1050 is equal to 320 over y2, right? So cross multiply them. So 560 into y2 is equal to 320 into 1050. So let's calculate this. This will go in the denominator. Okay. So 0 and 0 will be cancelled. So 4 8s are 32, 14 4s are 56, and then again this is 4 7. So 7 1s are 7. So 150. 150 into 4 is 600 centimeters. So now how to convert centimeter to meter? That is divide by 100. So 600 over 100. So that means y2 is 6 meters. Okay. So what is the length of the shadow? That is 6 meters. So this is our first part. Now let's move to the second one. See, the second is height of a pole. So that means we need to find height if the shadow is 500. So let's continue in the same table. So since this is x, I write this as x3 because third row, and height is 500 centimeters because 1 meter is 100 centimeters. So 5 meter means 500. So this is 500 here. Okay. So again we will use our these two rows for 560 and the given value. So we will write let x3 centimeter be the height of the pole whose shadow is how much? 5 meters. Okay, since again same thing, given quantities are in direct proportion, therefore 560 over x3 is equal to 320 over 500, right? So cross multiply them and x3 into 320 is equal to 560 into 500. So what is x3? 560 multiplied by 500 over 320. Okay, so this 0 will be cancelled. Again 4 8s are 32, 14 4s are 56, then it is 4 7. Okay, so now it is 4 1s are 4, 4 2s are 8, and 125 into 7. So x3 is equal to 7 into 125. Okay, so 7 5s are 35, 7 2s are 14, and 3 17, 7 and 1 8. So 875 centimeter. But we need it to be converted into meters. So how to convert? Divide by 100. So that means x3 is equal to 8.75 meters, or we can also write in the same format given to us, that is 8 meters and 75 centimeters. Okay, so length of the height of the pole is 8 meters 75 centimeter. So this is our question number 9. Now let's move on to the last question of this exercise. So let's see our 10th question. A loaded truck travels 14 kilometers in 25 minutes. If the speed remains the same, okay, how far can it travel in 5 hours? So again, first we should confirm whether this data is in direct proportion or not. Since the speed is same, okay, suppose we are traveling at the same speed, so if the time is more, we will cover more distance. If the time is less, we will cover less distance. Since both quantities are going in the same order, so this data is also in direct proportion. So let's write first. One is distance. This is given in kilometers, so I am writing kilometer here. And second is time. So time is given in minutes in one case and hours in second case. So we will convert both time to be in minutes. Okay, so let's make the table first. So for 25 minutes it will cover 14 kilometers. So for 25 minutes 14 kilometers. And how much distance is covered in 5 hours? So let it be x2, because this we always take as x and second as y, in 5 hours. But since we have written the units in minutes, so we will convert this into minutes. How many minutes in 1 hour? 60. So in 5 hours it will be 5 into 60, that is 300 minutes. Clear? So always make sure that you have the same units in all the data. So we will write, since if speed is constant, distance traveled, and the second is time, and time is always in direct proportion. Let the distance covered in 5 hours be x2 kilometers. Okay, So then again we will use our formula. So 14 over x2 is equal to 25 over 300. So cross multiply them. So x2 into 25 is equal to 14 into 300. So what is x2? This is 14 into 300 over 25. Okay. So 5 5s are 25. So this is 60 and then 12. So 14 into 12. What is x2 then? This is 14 multiplied by 12. 12 4s are 48. 4, 12 and 4 is 116. So x2 is equal to 168. So truck will cover 168 kilometers in 5 hours. Okay. So this is our 10th question. With this question, our exercise is over. I hope this full exercise is clear to you. See you in my next video with the next exercise of this chapter. Thank you.